probably had ayahuasca hundreds of times at this point and really devoted a lot of my life now to this plant and her beautiful, just knowing exactly what to show you at the right time sort of evolved and unfolded and subsequently showed me, little steps to the vision beyond just this beautiful rebirth, but also how that involves us processing our trauma. I was even fast forwarded into the future at some point where all the trauma on the planet has been processed, and I was watching the last trauma leave the last human, and it brings me to tears just thinking about it, because it means we're done. It means we're done living from this conditioning and these patterns. The way that we just block our hearts was all released. And so I got to fast forward to that point in humanity's future where we have done the work. And Aya worked with me in such a beautiful way. She showed me these kind of visions for humanity very early on in our relationship. And as our relationship evolved, I may not have been ready yet, if I look back on it, to where I actually started working on my own traumas and started to understand that the reason I was hitting all of these blocks with therapists and somatic release and a lot of these other modalities that I had tried is because a lot of my trauma happened before I had memory. In very, very early infanthood, in my first 2-3 years of life is where a lot of my deepest traumas happened. And so if I look back at my life, it's like, oh, things were pretty good. I mean, there was some rough spots, but it was all in all pretty good. And I couldn't find, these points that really only Aya could reveal through her visions and through like a deep understanding of what happened to me before I had memory. And I think it's an incredible tool to reach into the subconscious and to access these memories. I later read a book about Stan Gross, who did a lot of research about this and how, natal, prenatal, early birth stories actually have a lot to do in the psychology world. And I just had no clue. I just knew I was hitting blocks and I was looking for answers and I wasn't finding them in the places that I was looking. And Ayahuasca provided me a unique perspective and a unique window into my trauma and into things that happened before I could remember.